Chosen one, there is a quiet revolution happening within you this month. An expansion not of your hands or voice, but of your mind. You are not merely gaining knowledge. You are becoming wisdom. God has reached into the deep chambers of your spirit and unlocked doors you didn't know existed. This is not ordinary learning. This is a supernatural widening of your consciousness, a lifting of veils that once dulled your understanding. You are seeing more, not because the world has changed, but because your capacity to perceive it has multiplied. Questions that once haunted you will begin to answer themselves mid-thought. Concepts that felt distant will suddenly fall into place, not as memorized facts, but as realizations that emerge like sunrise. Your mind is no longer a container, it is a conduit. This divine upgrade is not random. It is response, a response to how you've chosen to steward your inner fire. That sacred fire, your high sexual energy, has always been more than desire. It is spiritual voltage, the raw creative force from which all genius is born. And now, because you did not waste that force on shallow pursuits, because you did not leak it into distraction or dependency, it has transformed into illumination. It has risen from the lower drives and settled in your mind like a second sun. It now powers your perception, fueling intuition with focus, sharpening instinct into intellect. You will feel it as a new stillness when you think. You'll notice it when complex situations no longer overwhelm you. Instead of spiraling, you will see structure. Instead of reacting, you will respond with clarity. This isn't because you've studied harder, it's because your frequency has risen. You're tuned into insight, not just information. And the insights will come quickly, layered, heavy with truth, and yet effortless to hold. You're no longer thinking like the world thinks. You're beginning to think like the spirit moves. With rhythm, with silence between the sounds, with space for revelation to enter. You'll begin to notice patterns where others see only noise. You'll connect dots across disciplines, conversations, dreams. Your intelligence has become spiritual. And that kind of intelligence is not taught in books. It is birthed from alignment. That is what God has done in you. He's taken the fire you once feared, misunderstood, intense, disruptive, and elevated it. You did not suppress it, you sanctified it. And now it is climbing into your cognition, turning thought into prophecy, turning ideas into architecture for your next season. Chosen one, your mind has opened because you earned the key through restraint, discipline, and fire. This is not a temporary moment of brilliance. This is your new normal. It is the mind of one who is ready to build what others can only imagine. Chosen one, you are no longer learning by accumulation. You are learning by transmission. This month, what others strive to memorize will come to you as if it has always lived within you, because it has. God is revealing that you are not merely a student of truth. You are a vessel of it. Information can be gathered, but revelation descends. And that descent is happening now, right inside you, quietly but powerfully. You will begin to speak what you didn't study. You will grasp concepts you've never read. You will know, not because someone told you, but because the fire within you unlocked it before your eyes could even ask the question. This is divine intelligence, the kind that feels less like thinking and more like remembering something ancient. It is thought, baptized in spirit. This is the gift your sacred sexual energy has become. You didn't let it stay buried in the lower self. You didn't sell it for surface pleasure. You didn't squander it chasing validation. You cultivated it. You brought it up from the base of the body and offered it to God as fuel. Now it returns to you in the form of revelation. It has risen to your mind and taken the shape of understanding that pierces like lightning. Revelation has no weight limit. It bypasses the limits of study. It speaks in silence. It explodes in moments of stillness. And it comes to those who are aligned, not distracted. That's why it is falling on you now. Because your energy is no longer scattered, it is centered, and revelation always finds its way to the centered soul. This is why you'll notice this month that certain things you hear will echo deeper than usual. A passing phrase will unlock something. A verse you've read 100 times will suddenly shine in a way it never has before. Someone will speak, and halfway through, you'll already see the end of their sentence. Not because you're fast, but because you're in tune. You are operating beyond logic now. You are moving in knowing. It will feel holy. It will feel clear. It will feel like lightning wrapped in stillness. Do not ignore it. Write it down. Speak it when prompted. Let it move you into action without needing human validation. You are no longer gathering pieces, you are receiving blueprints. This is what it means to live with sacred intelligence. Not simply to know more, but to know what matters, when it matters, how it matters. God is trusting you with revelation because your fire has proven it can hold it. You are not here to impress the world with facts. You are here to light the world with truth. Chosen one, the way you speak this month will carry new resonance. You may not feel it at first, but you will see its impact in how others respond. Not with applause, but with silence. Not with excitement, but with attention. Because what you say now doesn't just touch the ear, it strikes the soul. Your words will begin to echo, not just in the room, but in the memory of those who hear you. People will walk away thinking about what you said without knowing why. A single phrase will stretch across days. A quiet insight will take root in someone's spirit and bloom long after you've left the conversation. That's not charm. That's anointing. That's the sound of intelligence awakened by sacred energy. You are no longer speaking from memory. You are speaking from alignment. And that alignment is born from the same fire you once carried with hesitation. Your high sexual energy, so often misunderstood, mislabeled, and misused by the world, has matured in your hands. It is no longer seeking release. It is serving your mind. It empowers your presence and saturates your words. It sharpens your voice like a blade, but not for destruction, for discernment. This month you will say less and mean more. What used to take paragraphs will now take a sentence. What once required justification will now settle with a single look, a single line. This isn't minimalism, it's mastery. You're not performing, you're delivering signals. Every word now carries context, memory, vibration. Every insight has weight because it comes from a well that is no longer shallow. People will notice something different about the way you speak. They may not name it, but they will sense it. Their posture will shift, their voices will lower. They'll feel compelled to stop interrupting. Something in their spirit will whisper, "Listen more closely." This isn't just because you're speaking well. It's because your intelligence is embodied. Your thoughts are not floating abstractions. They have rhythm, shape, and depth. They move through your tone, your eyes, your silence, and not everyone will be comfortable with it. Some will pull away, not because of offense, but because of exposure. Your words will begin to reflect people back to themselves. Your questions will peel away their rehearsed answers. You're no longer engaging for surface connection. You're transmitting understanding. You're listening in layers and speaking from the core. That unsettles anyone who has built their identity around being unreadable. You are now a walking frequency, and your speech is calibrated to change atmospheres. Don't dilute it. Don't rush to fill silence. Let your voice remain full of breath, intention, and pause. Let your tone remain slow enough to be absorbed. You are not throwing words into the air. You are planting wisdom in the hearts of those ready to receive. And when people look at you afterward and seem distant or moved, don't seek approval. Don't ask for response. You are not speaking to be heard anymore. You are speaking to shift something eternal. That's what happens when intelligence marries fire, when thought is carried by truth, when the mind is lit from within. Chosen one, speak as one who knows that language, when sanctified, becomes a spiritual technology. And your voice this month, it has become a tool of awakening. Chosen one, you are no longer fighting through confusion. This month, clarity will stand beside you like a sword. What once required time, debate, or external confirmation will now be revealed in a moment. You'll walk into spaces that once overwhelmed you and feel your mind cut through noise like lightning. It will not feel aggressive, but it will feel absolute. You're not becoming arrogant. You're becoming anchored. And this clarity is not the product of study alone. It is the result of fire. The high sexual energy you once viewed as a burden now transformed into insight. You harnessed it. You refused to let it control you. You resisted the pull to scatter it in false connections or temporary validation. And because you contained it, refined it, and lifted it, it has become a weapon. Not to harm, but to divide illusion from truth. You will begin to see people more clearly. Not just their smiles and words, but their patterns, their energy, their unspoken intentions. You'll no longer be distracted by appearances. You'll see the structure beneath the performance, and you won't need confrontation to make decisions. You'll feel the yes or the no rise from your spirit with such quiet certainty that debate will become unnecessary. Your discernment is no longer about guessing. It is precision now. You'll know when something's not for you, not because it's evil, but because it's out of rhythm. You'll hear false promises and feel a tightening in your body. You'll feel someone's envy as clearly as their compliment. You're not paranoid. You're aware. This is what sacred intelligence looks like. It is not always poetic. Sometimes it is blunt. Sometimes it is so clear that it unsettles even you. But do not reject it. This is a gift from God. He has cleared the static from your mind and sharpened your signal. You are no longer trying to figure things out. You are walking with mental sovereignty. Your inner world is clean. That's why you can now tell when something is dirty. Your thoughts no longer chase each other in circles. They build, they align, they arrive with answers. You've become a vessel of clarity because you refuse to surrender to confusion. And now confusion cannot survive near you. Let this clarity become your weapon, not to win arguments, but to protect your pace. You don't have time for blurry intentions, half-truths, or relationships that need to be translated. You're not being cold, you're being called. And clarity is the only language your spirit will respond to now. You may lose some conversations, you may walk away from some partnerships, you may no longer fit in spaces where fog is the currency, but that's the price of spiritual vision. And it is worth everything. This month, you will walk as one who does not guess. You will think as one who does not chase. You will speak as one who no longer needs to wonder. Because clarity has become your atmosphere, and your atmosphere is now impossible to deceive. Chosen one, this month, your intelligence will not come with strain. The days of overthinking, of mentally pulling things apart and piecing them back together in exhausting loops, are behind you. What once took sleepless nights and mental gymnastics will now arrive with such clean, deliberate clarity that even you will pause, not in doubt, but in awe. God has not just increased your understanding, He has refined your strategy. You are not merely becoming more insightful, you are becoming more effective. You are walking into a season where decisions are no longer overwhelming, opportunities are no longer intimidating, plans no longer feel like puzzles. That's because you've been given access to a new level of intelligence, one that flows from your core, not your calculations. And at the center of it all is the sacred fire you have carried faithfully, your high sexual energy. For too long, that energy was misunderstood by others, and perhaps even by you. It felt like restlessness, hunger, heat, a charge you couldn't always place. But you didn't leak it into lust. You didn't bury it in guilt. You did something few ever managed to do. You redirected it. You breathed through it. You harnessed it. And in doing so, it climbed the spine of your soul and settled into your intelligence like molten steel into a sword. Now, when you think with conviction. Not because you're impulsive, but because your inner fire burns through the clutter before your conscious mind even catches up. You will look at a problem this month and see the path forward. You will hear one side of a conversation and already sense the whole structure. You'll touch an idea and instantly begin to build it. This is not guesswork. This is spiritual strategy. The effort you once wasted explaining yourself will now become energy spent executing with clarity. You don't need everyone to understand the plan. You only need to move on it. That is the shift God has given you, not just to dream, but to implement. And you won't be working harder. You'll be working smarter. Because your energy is no longer diffused across 1,000 open loops. It is focused like a beam, moving through the day with purpose. This doesn't mean you'll always know the whole path, but you'll always know your next step. You'll sense which conversation to have, which connection to pursue, which door to close. Not based on fear or pressure or logic alone, but based on alignment. You'll feel the click of peace in your chest and know it's time. That peace is your new instruction. That knowing is your divine map, and others will notice it. They'll marvel at how effortlessly you navigate decisions, how quickly you act without hesitating, how your plans seem to ripple outward, drawing the right people, the right timing, the right provision. But they won't understand that this effortlessness came from discipline. that your strategy now flows easily because you earned your stillness. Because your fire is no longer seeking somewhere to go, it's already arrived in your intelligence. You are not trying to impress, you are building. You are not waiting for opportunity, you are responding to divine clarity. And that is why you no longer need to struggle to be strategic. You are the strategy now, designed in fire, executed in silence, delivered in power. Chosen one, move forward, not with panic, but with purpose. You are no longer thinking about how to do it. You are already doing it well. Chosen one, this month you will begin to see what others miss. You'll look at the same world as everyone else, but you will see the structure behind the scenes. Patterns will reveal themselves. Codes will come into focus. What once appeared random or confusing will now look perfectly choreographed in your eyes. You're not imagining it. You are waking up to higher intelligence. And this awakening has not arrived randomly. It has been earned through fire. Your high sexual energy, the force that once stirred chaos in your body, has evolved. It is no longer just felt in desire. It is now operating as sight. You have activated a deeper layer of your mind. One that no longer only reacts to life, but reads it like a blueprint. You will walk into conversations and sense what's being said behind the words. You'll read between sentences and decode the emotional language hidden in silence. You will listen and detect truth, not from tone, but from frequency. The patterns in human behavior, in relationships, in systems, they will begin to stand out to you. And once seen, they cannot be unseen. Even in your dreams, in your visions, in your reflections, things will begin to click. You'll find clarity rising in the middle of the night. Moments when connections appear between two events you'd never linked before. The past and present will align into a new shape of meaning. God is not just showing you what's in front of you, He's revealing what it's connected to. This is the language of builders, of innovators, of prophets, those who are not afraid to see beyond the surface. You are being taught not to just notice patterns, but to intervene in them, to redirect cycles, to expose dysfunction, to build something clean in the space where chaos used to live. And for that, you need more than intelligence. You need spiritual sight. That's what this high intelligence has become in you. Not simply mental sharpness, but the ability to detect divine architecture. You are no longer limited to what the world calls knowledge. You are tapping into design, into order, into unspoken wisdom. And this kind of vision comes with responsibility. You cannot unsee what you've now seen. You cannot unknow what you know. You must now walk as one who remembers the map, who does not pretend to be lost when you already sense the way. This is why your discernment must remain strong, because once you see the pattern, you must also decide, will I participate in it or will I transform it? God is trusting you with this deeper sight because He knows you have stewarded your energy well. You have not abused the power you carry, you've tempered it. You've waited, you've built within, and now you will read the world from within the fire, and what you see will no longer just inform you, it will empower you. This month, you will not be surprised. You will understand. You will not be confused. You will interpret. You are no longer just walking through experience. You are decoding it as you go. Chosen one, your mind has become a key. Your sight, a lens. Your insight, a sword. Patterns cannot hide from you now. The world is finally showing you its design because your fire has earned the eyes to see it. Chosen one, this month the deepest intelligence will not come from books, lectures, or loud declarations. It will come from silence, not absence, not emptiness, but holy, burning silence, the kind that reverberates with meaning even when no word is spoken. God is not only increasing your knowledge through insight, He is now teaching you through stillness. The spaces in between your thoughts are becoming classrooms. The quiet moments you once overlooked are now portals. And the reason you are now able to learn in silence is because your spirit has reached the frequency of discernment without noise. You don't need explanation to sense the truth anymore. You don't need endless data to understand what your body already knows. That knowing is not imagined, it is activated by alignment. Your high sexual energy, refined and integrated within you, has done more than fuel your voice. It has amplified your listening. You are no longer reacting to the world with urgency. You are absorbing it through wisdom. And that absorption happens best in stillness. Not the forced stillness of meditation you must push yourself into, but the natural stillness of inner clarity. That's what this month will bring you. You will sit alone and hear your next step. You will walk through a crowd and sense who to speak to without a word. You will stop mid-action and receive the correction, the confirmation, or the redirection before you make a mistake. You are not overthinking. You are in rhythm with revelation. You will feel your chest grow still, your breath slow, your mind open wide. That silence will not be empty, it will be charged. It will hum with divine presence. Even in conversations, you will notice something rare. People will begin to fall silent in your presence, not out of awkwardness, not from discomfort, but because their spirit recognizes yours as a field of clarity. Your stillness will act like a mirror, and in it they will glimpse their own truth. Your calm will not be passive. It will be instructional. That is what your intelligence has become. It's no longer something you throw into the world to be validated. It's a presence that lives in how you move, how you breathe, how you listen. And silence is the sacred room where that presence speaks. Do not underestimate the conversations happening inside of you when your lips are still. That silence is a temple, and in it, God is handing you blueprints. He is revealing motives, offering timing, restoring clarity. You are not missing anything. You are receiving more than most people ever pause long enough to catch. And in the world's hunger to be louder, flashier, more certain, your quiet strength will become a mystery. People will wonder why you don't rush to speak, why you seem to know without having been told, why you walk away from noise like you're hearing something better, and you are. You are hearing God in frequencies they haven't learned to listen for yet. This month, chosen one, let silence be your teacher. Let it finish your sentences. Let it direct your instincts. Let it hold you between decisions. Because your mind is no longer your only source of wisdom. Your spirit is now a classroom, and the lesson begins where the noise ends. Chosen one, this month your mind will begin to call back wisdom you didn't realize you retained. You will remember what you never studied. You will recall what you never tried to preserve. And more importantly, you will hold on to truth in ways that begin to astound even you. Your memory, your recall, your mental access, your spiritual archive is being strengthened by fire. You are not remembering facts. You are remembering essence. You are reconnecting to the roots of experiences that once passed you by too quickly to grasp. You are revisiting conversations in your spirit and realizing they were more prophetic than casual. You are pulling meaning out of moments that once felt mundane. This isn't nostalgia. This is sacred retrieval. Your intelligence has matured to the point where memory is no longer just mental. It is spiritual reference. You awake with images, with phrases, with insights that rise uninvited but right on time. It will feel as if your soul is whispering, "Remember this." And every time you listen, something in you will align. You have not forgotten the things that matter. God simply stored them until your energy was strong enough to carry them properly. And now that your high sexual energy has been rerouted into your higher faculties, your mind is no longer a fragile place. It is stable. It is ready. It is no longer overloaded with unnecessary emotion, distraction, or shame. You have cleared room, and your spirit is now returning what was placed in reserve. You will begin to remember details that others missed. Names, timings, subtle gestures that didn't make sense in the moment, but now carry deeper meaning. These memories will serve you, not as burdens, but as tools. You will know who to trust, who to release, what patterns to watch for, and which decisions to repeat. Your memory is not only working, it is guiding. This strengthening will also show itself in your ability to retain new insight. You will read something once, and it will settle deep. You will hear a lesson and never have to hear it twice. You will be able to connect teachings across disciplines and apply them without strain. Your retention is no longer just capacity, it is spiritual maturity showing itself in clarity. And there will be a tenderness in this too. You'll remember what God spoke to you in moments you tried to forget. You'll recall old dreams, forgotten promises, ideas buried under doubt. But this time, those memories won't return to haunt you. They'll return to help you. You are not being haunted. You are being equipped. The past isn't pulling you back. It's offering what you left behind now that you're ready to carry it. You are remembering who you are, not as a concept, but as a functioning reality. Memory is aligning with motion. Insight is syncing with experience. Your intelligence is now a full library, not just of what you've learned, but of what you carry innately. This month, trust your memory. Trust your ability to pull from the well. Trust that nothing planted in your spirit has been lost, only waiting to rise. Because now, chosen one, your mind is not only sharp, it is complete. It remembers what matters, and it holds it with sacred strength. Chosen one, you've entered a month where your mind is not just sharp, it is fortified. You are no longer defined by how quickly you think, but by how deeply you see. There was a time when speed was everything, where quick answers, fast reactions, and instant understanding felt like signs of intelligence. But now you're being called into a rarer dimension, the realm of mental strength. This strength does not panic in uncertainty. It doesn't crumble under contradiction. It doesn't seek applause for how fast it can respond. It holds tension. It sits with questions. It can rest while others scramble. That is the intelligence God is clothing you with now. A mind that does not just think, but anchors. A mind that can sit in the fire of unknowns and not lose its rhythm. Your high sexual energy, once a tide that threatened to crash uncontrollably, has become a current that runs beneath your thoughts, steady and clean. That same force that once sparked obsession, fantasy, hunger, it now feeds mental resilience. You're no longer fueled by desire for quick resolution. You're fueled by devotion to clarity. This month, you'll notice yourself less eager to figure things out. You won't rush to answer everything. You'll let situations breathe. You'll watch people, not from suspicion, but from a holy patience that understands what can only be revealed with time. That's mental strength, not reaction, but readiness. You won't need to prove how smart you are. Others will speak fast, move fast, stumble fast, and you will stand still, unmoved, focused. And in that stillness, truth will rise to meet you. While others try to impress, you will discern. While others perform, you will perceive. You've learned how to conserve your mental energy, how to protect your inner dialogue, how to stop draining your brilliance through worry or over-analysis. That is power most people never find. You have found it because you chose depth over noise, integrity over spectacle, and alignment over ambition. Even under pressure, your mind will not break. Your thoughts will not spiral. Your inner voice will not scream, because it has become stable, a place of quiet instruction, a chamber of measured response. You are no longer surprised by hardship. You are strategic in it. You have become a temple in a storm, a fireproof mind holding sacred instruction, and that strength will make others wonder how you remain so calm, how you see what others miss, how you speak only when the moment is ripe. But what they won't realize is that you're not waiting because you're unsure. You're waiting because you are rooted. You are not impressed by speed anymore. You are moved by precision. You are not controlled by momentum. You govern it. That is mental power that cannot be faked. So rest in that authority. Let your thoughts be slow but piercing. Let your processing be silent but sacred. Let your responses be few but final. Because this month, chosen one, your intelligence is no longer in a race. It is in command. Chosen one, you have crossed a line this month, a line not visible to the world, but unmistakable in the spirit. You are no longer stepping into brilliance occasionally. You are living in it. Genius is no longer a flash of inspiration for you. It is becoming your baseline, your new normal, your natural vibration. God has done something irreversible in you. He has woven your discipline, your purity, and your sacred fire into a mental rhythm that no longer turns off. You do not need external triggers to think deeply. You do not need accolades to activate your insight. You are always tuned in, always present, always reading between lines, hearing under the surface, seeing into the design of things. This is what happens when sacred energy rises all the way up, when the life force once misunderstood as lust, temptation, or distraction is honored, tamed, consecrated. You did not waste your flame. You let it burn through you. You turned hunger into clarity, and now heaven has marked you with a mind that is rare. This month, you'll find that you don't need to try anymore. You simply are. You are the insight. You are the strategy. You are the clarity others are praying to meet. You are no longer forcing understanding. You are radiating it. You walk into rooms and energy shifts, not just emotionally, but intellectually. Ideas begin to stir, problems feel solvable, questions begin to find their shape. You have become a catalyst, not by performance, but by presence. Genius, for you, is not ego. It is not superiority. It is obedience made visible. It is the reward for not giving your power to the wrong appetites. It is the return on your restraint. You will begin to download solutions to problems you didn't even know existed. People will come to you and find themselves saying, "I've never thought of it like that." You are not mimicking intelligence anymore. You are generating it. Your thoughts have their own signature. Your words create language others begin to use. You are not learning trends. You are setting mental templates. This is not just wisdom, it is legacy.